Well, are you talking to me this whole time?
See if you could take them punches.
All right, you want to do that bit?
What?
You punch me in the face?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I want to show you my commitment. I'd probably be fine. My face is made of like paper mache.
If I can't guarantee nothing else.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not suggesting it won't do some damage, but no damage.
Take a punch.
Not everybody. If I punched you in the face, my fist would go. It would be like a wheel of cheese. My fist would go through.
I'd be like, that's it, bro. Like, get off me, mosquito.
All right. Say, bro. Let's get into it.
Are we ready?
Let's do it. That was the intro. Oh, shit. We were talking about coronavirus. Oh, I was telling you about that Thursday night. Yeah.
Right way.
Okay.
Say, bro.
Say, bro. Come on now. Say, bro. So anyways, we're talking about coronavirus. And I had it, right?
Right.
So that was a while back. And, I think...
So you had corona?
Yeah, so I think people, like, I know we had talked about it. People, like, I was never against... I never thought it was a fraudulent thing or anything. It's clearly real. But it's, like, not a thing to mess with. However, there's a difference between having it, going through it, and then... not like how your perspective sort of changes. Right. But one of the things was we were talking about hospital is like being in the hospital is like that Thursday night was about 6 days after I contracted it, and it sucked, man. Like it really wasn't fun. Like for anybody out there, like you need to take it seriously until it's all over
because it's real.
Yeah, no, it is real. And like, I've been through a lot of shit. Like, like
you're a hockey player, bro. You pretty tough.
You can do a lot to me, and it might hurt, and I might have to get stitches, or it might hurt my feelings or whatever, but I always will be able to, bounce back because I know what it is, and there's something relative to it, like something that happened before that's similar, and I use the same process to get over it.
Right.
This is different because I think it scares people when they get it because there's nothing like it. It's not the flu. Like it doesn't feel like the flu.
It's not the flu.
It just isn't the flu.
Let's get that clear.
Yeah, like straight off the bat. Like so for people, one good thing is like in case if you're ever worried you're getting it. Like I was I was telling Nick and a couple other people and you when I talked to you like don't freak out all the time. You don't need to be paranoid about it.
Right. Because a little cough. A little something.
That's not it. So when you just smoke too much or something. But like when you get it, I mean, it automatically because it's like not the same as anything you've had before.
It hits you pretty hard.
Yeah. Like I know exactly when it happened, and I was in my car and I was driving up to PetSmart to talk to Ash about something. Right. And I rolled my window down, and like the whole drive there, I just felt like there was something wrong. And I go, I have coronavirus.
You
like
knew it.
automatically. Yeah, because what else is it? It's not the flu. Right. It's not a cough. I did smoke too much, but this isn't usually what happens. So what's the deal? Coronavirus. And it's like, but who did I don't know where I got it because it's like I am actually pretty careful about it. Like I wear a mask. I always have one of these things on. And like I wash my hands like because you should wash your hands because if you're a human being, it's like pretty disgusting if you don't. But anyways, I'm careful about it. We keep this small here and like we trust each other. Right. But still, we were careful and considerate with each other. But what happened was I was paying for something. I go to the gas station and get my drinks.
So you think that's where you got it from?
So I think, and I remembered it almost automatically when I started feeling it. I was like, oh, fuck no, because I paid with something and I remember touching this, and like everybody has their own. They're called idiosyncrasies. So like a lot of people play with their phone, like what's up?
Yeah.
Like, and that just means you're uncomfortable, right? You do it whenever you don't have anyone to talk to. Some people yawn. Anyway, I do this thing where I scratch my face or touch my face, so you can see how that's a problem. I remember I had a line behind me and it was taking a minute, and I got kind of, I guess, a little like anxious, nervous. So I did the thing, and then I put it into my eye. And I remember doing it right then and being like, I'm dead. Like, like I have coronavirus. Yeah, but it's a wrap. Like, wrap it up. Yeah. Like, I need to call everybody. I need to get my things in order. Like, but anyways, but yeah. So like, I guess there's good news. I always like to pull the good news out of it. Like, you know when you have it. You know, it's not something you need to freak out about. But when you have it, you don't need to be paranoid all day. It's not like you don't. Because I feel like
you know when it hits you.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a bad way to live your life all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
like honestly, bro, like I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm at that point. Like I'll be like, oh, something wrong. Ah, fuck, I got it.
Yeah.
Like it just be like little things. I'd be like, man, do I got corona?
Oh, my head hurts.
Like, man, it's on me.
Yeah. I need to call everybody.
So, bro, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah.
Nah, I've been tripping lately, bro. Yeah, I've been tripping over.
Well, you're not the only one.
I've been tripping. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Well, you know, good news is, hey, we got a vaccine. That's good, and people need to go.
What you think about the vaccine?
I mean, I think it's incredible. I think I don't, you know, again, like I don't really know. I've never understood the anti-vaccine thing. Like I've never, I just don't, I don't think about it enough to understand it. I guess.
think people just gotta quit being so fucking smart, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
stupid.
Yeah,
man.
like you got so many smart people. Like, bro, you've been taking vaccines your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like, if some shit was to happen to you, it had been like, you know, we was young, everybody had to take shots to get in school.
Yeah. Chicken pox.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had shit like measles, mumps, chickenpox. That shit has just disappeared.
Yeah.
It's been shit that was been created.
Measles, all these things.
All of a sudden, oh man, this is the... Say, man,
like...
You been taking shit.
So like, I guess the funniest thing about smart people like that, it's like, so yeah, you're smart. You're smart. That's cool. Mike, I'm just asking you, do you think you're smarter than the people in the lab with the coats on? that sat there all day long for fucking 6 years or a
whatever
year?
they doing, whatever you feel like they doing, like
you aren't like you, or I mean, like you might be, but you don't do that
because
right?
The way it's going, if you don't take it, you pretty much going to catch it, and it's pretty much probably not going to be survivable.
Well, I think it drives paranoia.
Yeah.
So like you notice how they're actually. I was watching it today, even though I love how the reports on Fox, like in Dallas, it's a fucking hilarious. So side note, but it plays in. They during the summer they had this thing called, it had a backlog on the data.
Yeah.
So you remember that? So like, and so their whole catalog of data, right, on it's Fox, like the local Fox News, and they had a backlog for a month and a half, and all of a sudden it started processing, and so it said we had like a breakout, and it was like threefold. Like 1 week, on Monday that week, there was like, today we reported the worst losses in Corona. Dallas County alone had 200,000 deaths or something, or 200,000 cases, and I was like, whoa, shit. Hey, Ashley, stay away from me. Like, like in my house. Yeah. Turns out there was a backlog, right? The problem with that is you got to take your data down. Like, you got to dismantle the site. Stop using that. They keep using the data that's on backlog because once that happens, there's an exponential margin between what's factual and what's backlog. You can't tell the difference. Mm-hmm. So we're 6 months later and they're still reporting it. So it's like, what a waste of time. Just shut up. Like, shut up. Right. Because you're scaring people. Like, look, my dude, it makes him nervous. Stop doing that. Like, you know, like everybody's worried about it.
I had on the news the other day. I turned it so fast. I was like, this is just nothing horrible, but bad news.
Yeah.
Like, this is just depressing.
Everything. All the time.
I said, no, I can't look at this.
Yeah. How am I supposed to get up and be productive?
Went right back to sports.
Yeah. See, and I'm with you on that, dude. Like, sports are great, man.
I went right back to sports, bro.
Man, because you can.
That's my life.
And I fuck with it because honestly, like, I don't watch enough of it anymore. But when we were in New York, this is a long time ago now, thinking about it, but when we went to New York for the Grammys a couple years ago.
Right.
like I hadn't watched so much sports in all my life.
Yeah, we was in the same room.
Yeah,
together.
and yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude, it was crazy. But I loved it.
I don't think we turned the TV to nothing else.
No, we did once.
Oh, okay.
We watched. What was that one? It was. You were like, Poof, you got to watch this because this is real. This is like, if you want a glimpse.
What it was.
I think it was. It was like It was some crime show. Oh man, and It was really set in like a black community, like a urban community, and you were like,
Damn,
check this out.
bro, I can't.
You were talking about grandmas. I remember because you were like, you're like, see this, like this is. I'm telling you, like you meet a grandma, like you meet like a older, like old folk, like old black folks, like my grandma, blah blah blah. Like this is perfect, and you were like, you should watch it, and I was like, okay, I was taking notes, but it was funny, man. But yeah, like we watch sports and. Yeah, you can fall asleep. You won't miss anything because it's just sports. It's just sports.
And it's you can like I can't fall asleep, bro, to just action movies and shit. Like hearing a bunch of shooting and dumb shit going on. Funny shit. You up just laughing.
Like this is interesting. Like that's not.
You stare over your eye like.
Yeah, and it hurts your eye. You get a headache.
Then you get something dramatic like a something. You got to see the ending. So hey, I'm surely the fuck not going to sleep.
I got to see it through. Got to see this through. Like you're not going to start Die Hard.
I promise I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah. You're not like you got to see what happens to John McCain.
Yeah,
like you can't. I mean, come on now.
You can't fall asleep on that.
No, man. But I'll start it. Right when I go to sleep, I'm like, hey, what do we want to watch tonight? You know, I'm really trying to get some sleep. Got a big day tomorrow. Yeah. Let's throw on Die Hard 2. What do you think?
Die Hard, that's your shit?
I mean, I fuck with it, but I'm just thinking of or Terminator 2. I fuck with Terminator 2.
I don't think I really never watched like Die Hard. It's like that.
They're pretty good.
To like 6 or something.
What about Lethal Weapon? You fuck with... I used
to fuck with it a little bit because it used to come on like TV like once a year, like they show the movie. So I don't
just because Nicolas Cage isn't in it doesn't mean it's not good.
Not my favorite though. He just
John Travolta.
I think they pretty cool. They cool. No, I fuck with them both. It was in Face Off. Yeah, they fucking around in Face Off. Yeah,
I would go. Go on. I want to hear more about this.
What, Face Off?
You're not the only one. Yeah. What's the... So Face Off is just hilarious. Oh, man. Go ahead.
Face Off just... I wouldn't, talk about the acting so much, but the whole movie, bro, it's just like some dope shit. The dude's like...
What's your favorite scene?
I don't know, like, to that extent, but I just fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got, like... It ain't one...
You just fuck with it because you like John Travolta?
It ain't one of my movies, like where I just like, whoa, this scene. Nah, it ain't one of them type movies.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Who is that?
That's okay. It's suspected spam, by the way.
That's you?
Stop doing this.
That dude shit ring
Fuck
in the middle of the conversation.
Sorry about that. I'm in the middle of something here. Yeah. Anyway, so okay, what is your favorite movie then? Let's do that.
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, you probably never heard of it, but it's a movie called Above the Rim with Tupac.
Okay. I know,
of course it's a sports, it's a basketball.
He Got
movie.
Game is mine.
See, He Got Game. I hated Ray Allen acting in that movie.
Really? I thought
he was... Oh my God, dude was horrible, man.
So you do care about acting in that one, but not in Face Off.
It wasn't about the acting. See, He Got Game is not about... It's hard for me to watch just because Ray Allen just be like fucking it up.
You think it's because you played basketball?
I just think he didn't put too much into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was his first...
Yeah,
acting.
I just thought it was cool. It was Ray Allen.
That's why I think it was so dope because it was a real life that goes on every single day.
It happened to him, I'm sure.
Yeah, so on top of who he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember when he first came out, like Jesus Shuttlesworth. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? That's like one of the dopest names in history of life.
Like, you could be a quarterback, like Mississippi State.
Like, your name Jesus Shuttlesworth, bro.
You kill it. Anything you want to do.
It's like the dopest movie name like ever.
Pretty dope.
Like, come on, man. The people like Jesus.
Yeah, this is a great name. Yeah, and like we were talking about how like quarterbacks, like Tom Brady, by the way, but like every quarterback, it's almost like a prerequisite. Like, what's his name? Like, we're in the scouting room. Yeah. Like, all right, draft room time. All right, like, okay, we got a choice between like Tex McGunner.
Yeah.
Or
I seen it. It's crazy you say that. I seen the quarterback first name was Gunner, like Gunner.
Yeah, Gunner Tex.
Come on, bro. Like, that's his name. Then you see him. He got like the long hair with the
BJ Gunner or something, like DJ Gunner, Oklahoma University.
Yeah.
Or is it Tim Stevens? Like, no, it's going to, we're taking take DJ.
It's like he was born to be a quarterback, like even with the name.
Yeah. Like right out of the womb. They're like, he's going to play quarterback.
Yeah.
For the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Or something. Dak Prescott.
Oh, man.
Like,
Dak?
Come on. Like, Zeke Elliott even. But like, I feel like, I would almost, maybe that's why, dude. I should have changed my fucking name, dude. I should have done it.
What you would have changed to?
Oh, man. CJ, or I want to do a acronym, like a TJ, like T Boone Pickens or something. That's a football name. He's an oil guy, but
straight
like
up,
T Boone Pickens. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He would be like a.
He big down there in Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's huge.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out T Boone though.
Shout out T Boone.
Shout out T Boone.
Yeah.
We had breakfast with him one year.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. We used to have breakfast in the morning before hockey games.
So he fuck with do he fuck with like Oklahoma or cause I thought he just fuck with Oklahoma State, but he fuck with OU.
Well I think his alma mater is Oklahoma State.
It's Oklahoma State, yeah.
But so
he just probably just big in Oklahoma. Period.
Yeah. Well, when you become that wealthy, you're responsible for the whole state.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he's got love for Oklahoma in general.
In general, yeah.
But no, he's he's got a lot to teach people for sure. I wish. He should write a book.
They had one of the best sports facilities at one point. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know much about Oklahoma State because we didn't play him. We didn't have to play him in hockey or anything.
Oh, but, because they not like a hockey school. Y'all play like Minnesota and shit like that.
Yeah, we ended up. So there's a lot of
Duluth.
Yeah, Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah.
So they're D1 NCAA, but we didn't play them. But we played we had to go places that like Minot State, like up in North Dakota.
It's crazy the teams. It's crazy the schools. Yeah, they have like the Division I hockey.
So like basketball is cool that too.
Yeah.
Villanova.
Yeah.
Like Villanova is like one of the most I know it. You know what I mean? It's like one of the most, Coach K and all that stuff. Is he Villanova or Georgetown?
Duke.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. But well, they're blue. So Villanova, what else do they do?
Yeah. And then that's how it is. Like at one point, just say UConn. Yeah, basketball one of the top programs, but they wasn't even a Division I football team.
Yeah. Are they now?
Yeah, they are now. But I didn't understand that, so I'd be like, damn, but I guess it's the same way with hockey. You can have a good basketball football team, but
there's
like you say, y'all didn't even play OU and Oklahoma State is one of the biggest rivalries. What's that? The Bedlam?
So
Bedlam.
Man, you do watch sports, don't you? Yeah, because I would have I went OU and I forgot that, but but Bedlam, so Bedlam in football is OU, OSU,
yeah,
and then the Red River rivalry is Texas.
OU.
So we never played Texas.
Yeah, I never played them.
Texas wasn't good enough to play. I mean, no offense, but
it's crazy
you guys weren't.
That y'all did have a good hockey team. Though,
yeah,
OU.
Yeah, we did. On paper, we had an incredible hockey team.
Because I don't really hear about schools like that have good hockey teams.
Well, yeah. So OU, it's not NCAA D1, so it's a different governing. So ACHA Division I is what we played in, and that's one of the reasons we didn't play Minnesota Duluth. But it's a different governing body because
some of them teams like Minnesota, they higher.
They're I
seen what's that shit called? The Frozen Four?
Mm-hmm. You got it still.
That's it.
You're a little nervous about it, but you got it.
But that's it though. The hockey Final Four. Mm-hmm. I seen and I you see the same schools every year, bro.
It's just like basketball. It's just like football, basketball.
The same.
Yeah, so you're gonna have your Boston College, Boston University, Michigan, Minnesota, Minnesota Duluth, North Dakota, something like that. That's
so it's the same shit.
Well, it's just so it's funneled the same way. It's probably even different. It's probably even more consolidated that way because there's less players.
And the top players continuing going to those schools.
So like we were talking about basketball a while back, just about, okay, so in football, you have like 80 players on a team or something.
Around 60,
they only dress
70,
however many. But really what you have on football is you have two teams on one.
Yeah.
You have defense and offense.
Right.
And they can play each other. That's pretty awesome for practice.
Yeah.
But like
you can always practice against each other.
Yeah, it's almost but it's weird because it's almost like they don't know each other. You think they know each other?
Sometimes they don't. Like sometimes like
why would you? I mean,
it's crazy. Sometimes I don't hear stories like the defense coaches don't even know the offense. Like
they don't need to. Yeah. And it makes sense, but it's weird.
But it's crazy. The best teams, like the coaches, know everybody.
They should.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got some coaches like in the NFL, they are offensive minded coaches or defensive minded, and they just fuck with the defense or they just fuck with the offense.
Yeah.
But you got the great coaches like Belichick, people like that. They know from the practice player to they know everybody.
They're control freaks, though.
Exactly.
But you want to be successful.
But they understand. To the T, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might need this guy who's on the practice squad one day.
So there's always something to use, right? So like even in this case where it seems like it's a waste of your time.
Yeah.
Well, you're already in here coaching, putting strategies together, and you're responsible for wins and losses. You might want to just take a second to look over it because there might be a guy who runs a 4-second 40 or a 3-second 40 or something crazy that happens to be playing defense because that's what he grew up playing and that's why you guys recruited him or drafted him in this case.
Right.
That if you could keep him off the field for one quarter, like you could use him in between quarters, he switches over, plays offense and defense, plays special teams or whatever. And honestly, those little differences are what make a Belichick versus
it's crazy you say that because he done had players like Belichick. Like he had players to where he switched them, like they was receivers and they played
all of a sudden
cornerback.
Yeah,
like they played both. Like Troy Brown. Like what the fuck? Like that's unheard of in the NFL.
Yeah,
but he was like he gets short on the player. Like okay. Mm-hmm. You playing cornerback today.
Yeah, someone goes down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they won Super Bowls like that.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're a high offense team. So if you're a high offense team and you know you're going to be putting, you're going to be putting 40 on the board, 60 points on the board every time you play a game of football. It's like, look, Dak Prescott went down. We need that guy with the arm that's playing left tackle or playing a defensive position. Maybe he's playing cornerback or something. Yeah. We need him. Get that guy that we cut a while back. Get him up and put him there because we don't care if they score.
Yeah,
our team put 60 on the board.
This is what we do.
So we need to put someone, and so that difference. It could always there could be utility in it. So being lazy never works out.
And it shows. It shows in every walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Like
everywhere.
Not putting your stamp and not putting your all into some just the smallest details. You know what I'm saying? And you see all the great ones from Nick Saban to Belichick to Phil Jackson. Like it's just the small details, bro, that they have the advantage over the competition. You know what I'm saying? And I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do that well also. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take the small shit and just...
Yeah. It annoys people, too. Like, I know that,
you know what I'm saying? Try to make it bigger than it is. Yeah.
But if nothing else, so obviously this whole... The process of doing this with you and with Nick, but everybody, but with you especially, like, building a relationship with you has been interesting because, like, there's value in it. It's not just building a relation. A lot of times people, like... I need to make friends. And they go out and they're like, I don't know, meet their girlfriend's boyfriend, girlfriend's friend's boyfriend. And they're like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, weather is crazy. What do you do for a living? Whatever fucking bullshit. But there's nothing, you walk away and go, he's pretty cool. I could tolerate it. But like with you, I walk away going, like it feeds my mind
every single time.
Yeah. And of course, like it wouldn't work if you weren't an open-minded person, interested in learning these things. But like, so many things, I feel like in a good way, for the most part, in a good way, like I'm a whole lot in a short amount of time. I'm a much different person than if we did this 2 years ago.
Right.
Like just
from what we feed off, you know what I'm saying?
How much value
the information
there is.
like we give each other.
Being able to, there's been enough. We'll see each other and there's enough there to walk away and be different when I come back next time, in the morning or something. If I find it to be useful and it makes sense and it's applicable in my life, which it almost always is, on the level I'm talking about. Yeah. So, but anyways, with this kind of thing, back to the sports thing, it's like, I know that nobody likes the details. Right. It's boring. Right. It doesn't seem, how is it relevant? Like that little thing, like who cares, man? Let's go play football. Stop being smart. Yeah. You're too many smart people out here. Right. But if we're going to be lining up against another coach who's that good, or if we're about to go and we want to compete with the big boys outside of Dallas, mid-sized big labels, we want to be vying for that territory or something. It's like, you think that they're sitting there talking shit about going over numbers
and going
kind of doubt it.
Yeah
I don't think that they found growth or success in what they're doing because they ignored the details. The devil's in there.
And musically, even musically, that's the only thing that separates a great musician from a mediocre musician.
A great quarterback from a mediocre.
The small details. Like you tell, I remember I was in the studio with DOC, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, we was in there like 2 weeks, and it was just like little shit, bro, that I never ever paid attention to.
All of a sudden you're like
but and we just take those two. He'll be like, I say and he'd be like, no, use but. Be like,
dang,
okay,
that's a secret you're willing to give out?
You know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, like I don't get it.
Yeah.
You like just use,
just
you know
try
what I'm saying?
it.
But it's just shit that him and Dr. Dre they've been doing for so long, you know what I'm saying? And it's just the small details, bro. Like the small details.
And it opens up all these doors.
Man, and you don't understand it and it don't even have to be explained. Once you heard, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, like there was better.
So like the biggest thing, if you had to, and I can't speak for you, but for me, I think that if I had to give any, if somebody's like, hey, I need some advice, and people hit me up, all the time about how to work on their music, and it kind of moves me because like I remember I always try to get back to them and like, sorry if you're one of these people, like honestly, like I really do.
It's not intentional.
I appreciate God, man, like the nuts it takes to do it.
Matter of fact, I think that's something I want to get into when you finish.
Yeah, but yeah, so like the point is like I always do get back to him though. Right. And one thing, if like there's a piece of advice to give anybody is like do exactly what you were just talking about. There's a lot of people. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. There's a whole lot of people that he'd be like, hey, hold on, cut it. Right. Hey man, so instead of using and, you just drop but in there. Right. All right, play it. Like with, because it's DOC. All right? Like you learn to respect the seniors when you're playing freshman basketball.
Most definitely.
There's a point to that because you're going to try it because even if you're kind of like, whatever, man, you're old news, or something, you're going to do it because you respect him and he's earned the respect through his work in the field you're pursuing. So you try it. Or for your case, it's both. You have an open mind and you'll actually do it. You'll at least try it.
I'm gonna try it.
Look,
I'm always gonna try.
I know, and that's one thing that a lot of people will just be like, man, fuck this. Yeah, like I'm out. Man, I don't need to hear this. Like, or they'll buck back. Yeah. Or they'll be stubborn, and you can do that, man. And there's a time and place to buck back. There's a time and place to be stubborn.
Yeah, and
but learning is not it.
You gotta know when. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know when it's time to step up and. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the risk in it is the thing I think about.
And it's also about, bro, it's also about shit history. You know what I'm saying? Like look what this dude done built. Look who he done wrote for. Look the success he done had. You know what I'm saying?
He did pretty well.
You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you listen? Why wouldn't you take something, you know what I'm saying? Like every great player has took from some
started some pieces.
Took pieces from some, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it gave me. Like that's when I understood detail. Like even like the slightest thing, like, okay. And it changes everything.
Because it might not be the word but. It might be the word whatever for you.
Right.
But you realize that it's something that small can make that big a difference.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not about what he's telling you to do. It's about the thought that something small could have an effect that changes the outcome of your career.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can take it or leave it. Either way, if you try it, it's not going to hurt you.
No, it's not. It's not. Gonna
Some things will.
Yeah, it's not going to affect it in no way, because not even half of the time, but more than half of the time, people don't even pay attention to it. They don't even understand what's going on.
It's for you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just, music is so psychological. You know what I'm saying? With just the way you put it, the way you word it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the word nigger, bro. Like nigga, like people using nigga. Like you can put boy, you can put so much
dude or bro.
It just don't sound the same. Like just honestly, bro. Like
syllables help, right?
It don't sound the same. Like, and I know people get kind of uptight about the hip hop community using that word, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like
when it come out, bro. It's just like it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe, bro. And I don't know, bro. It just sound different. Like it sound different.
Well,
like
so it's like it's an
it
attitude.
Makes the song. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's an first off, anybody who has who look, if you have a problem with that stuff,
right?
I hate. Be smarter than this, okay? Look, if I were going to levy an argument against you, like, first off, I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, I think it's a term of camaraderie and endearment.
It's just I feel like it's just the word that we took negative and made it to a positive.
I think it's great. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
And so, you know, it also doesn't have much to do with skin color.
Right.
So like, I remember, like, I mean, it's funny, sounds kind of like corny or whatever, but I remember the first time that like my old partner or a big homie down the way here, you know, when I felt like when he got heated enough or there was a situation, he referred to me as that. Yeah. And like, I was like, oh, I'm his friend. He likes me. Yeah. Like it felt not because of that, but
it's so so natural for us to say. It's always anger words also. So like if you get mad, just say like a white person come up to me and he bumped me or something. Like your first instinct is to turn around, like you see him, you be like, say my nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly
it's just the instinct, like especially out of anger, like those the words.
Or if you're explaining it to someone,
it's always gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I have control of who, because you have never heard me call you that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nick, like you, like, because I have control. Like, I try to control of what I say.
Well, so you've mastered the language.
I have.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like on, just say growing up on Dixon, I always say it's cuz. You know what I'm saying? And like, if I'm around my people, like, that's how we talk. Like, I know the language, but if I'm around, I'm not gonna be, if I'm in a meeting or something, we doing something, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be, hey, cuz, like I learned how to change my conversation when I'm dealing with certain people. You know what I'm saying?
So like, this is a thing that brings me into the next thing. It's like, it's even more important. It's like, okay, Michael Jordan.
Right.
We were talking about, one of the things about Michael Jordan that was impressive, like, I know him as a basketball player, right? And everyone knows him that way, just like, you know, Wayne Gretzky, right? As a hockey player. Right. But there's one thing about Michael Jordan that made him extremely successful, both on and off the court. And it was his ability to, what I call, working a room, right? He worked a room well. And working a room means you take stock of the situation, the circumstances, and where you fit into them. Right, all the time. Yeah, he could pitch an endorsement to Nike or whoever he wanted, because he could dress in a suit, had no problem with that. It didn't make him. It didn't embattle him. Like, he didn't feel like he was uncomfortable, or he felt like he was going against his nature or anything, because no one likes that feeling, right? Yeah. But at the same time, there's so much value in being able to, Like, I'm not going to go to Dixon and wear a suit.
Right.
I don't really wear suits, I guess, but there's certain cultural things you have to respect and be aware of, and
you gotta. I think the best ones, bro. Like, just a bit, like, you gotta be able to adjust to the environment.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you have to. Like,
if you want to succeed,
I know that people. I'm just being myself, but it's not always good to be yourself in a certain. Well, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying not being authentic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
I think you define yourself
wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
though.
Exactly. I'm not saying going to the corporate meetings and me steady saying "cuz" in the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talking to me, we talking about a deal, we talking about a shoe deal, and I'm cuz you know what I'm saying? Cuz when it
right.
Like that's not.
Well, we won't get the deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not what I want. Like, that's not what I want to.
But at the same time, we do it all the time. We'll go to a meeting. We'll sit at this table. Right. And we'll have a meeting, and we're literally like this. Like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like, you want a drink? You want something? Blah, blah, blah. Like, cool. Thanks so much for your time. Like, here, I printed off some things.
Yeah.
And, like, I have tattoos on my neck. Tattoos.
That's what I'm saying.
So, like, we're being authentic as fuck.
Most definitely.
So you can keep it real and you can be authentic without having to offend other people.
Anybody. Or like in my situation, or sounding like the person they portray you to be.
Right. You're
you
playing
know what I'm
into
saying?
it,
Like, when I walk in, this is 7 the Great, the rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like,
wow, he's got
we know he's a gangster rapper. But when I talk to him, bro, and I can show them that I'm that same little kid from Dixon, but at the end of the day, I can come here and talk to you, and I think that's more impressive than anything.
So impressive.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think that's more impressive than
the fact that
anything, bro. That I come from this place where
you don't have to do that.
Nobody makes it out, bro, and I can come in here and talk to you with sense, and talk to you and hold a conversation with you and keep a conversation with you, and we walk out. We both, like you said, Poof. We both walk out feeling better about ourselves, feeling like we both learned something.
And there's so much.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of excitement for future opportunities.
Most definitely.
Even the people at the other side. I've never sat at a meeting. Okay, there might be one. I don't even think you were here. I think it was. I'm not gonna like air them out or anything because they're good people, but it was. We were trying to put something together where we could do some cross marketing with another studio down here. It was for video work or something. Anyways, they have a great facility. It's a great place to do video. And I still would love to fuck with them, but it doesn't matter. It fell apart. But that was one. But it wasn't due to a lack of respect. It was just due to the numbers didn't add up, right?
Yeah.
It was a nuts and bolts thing. But people walk away from this table feeling good about the prospect. I've never, and we wear whatever we want.
Yeah.
We'll also make dirty jokes or make funny, be ourselves. And I think that's what people like about you. And you, I know that's what I like about you is that I know that if my dad walks in, I would probably give him more shit and be more disrespectful than you would.
Right.
You, I can trust that anybody who walks in, my girlfriend, if I'm like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom at the club. Yeah. Like you're that man that's going to do that.
You can be proud to say like, this is my business partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you could be proud to say that because I'm not, like, at the end of the day, no matter my circumstances, no matter where I come from, the environment I grew up in, I ain't gonna let you down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you proved it.
I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself for one.
Yeah.
And I'm surely not gonna make a fool out of my people. Like,
yeah. That's the,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surely not gonna do that.
Again, back to our first episode, we were talking about trash in the car.
Right.
It's like, I can't let these dudes down, put trash in the studio.
Right.
Like I'm gonna hide it as much as I can if something's slipping. Yeah. Like it's not on them, that's on me. And like you put other people ahead of yourself.
Most definitely. So I think that's the biggest thing in this whole conversation. Like you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes a time where you do have to be a little selfish, but that's also for the better of people also.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard, but it's true.
like just me and my daughter, like sometimes I might do gotta be a little selfish with her. But at the end of the day, it's to benefit her.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not talking to her today, if I'm not doing this or doing that today, you know what I'm saying? I can't beat her right now. Right. If I gotta miss a recital and she's sad because I couldn't make it. Yeah, it's a little selfish in her eyes. But at the end of the day, what caused me to miss this recital?
Yeah.
It's to...
And she'll see it.
It's to work for you. It's to make sure you have everything you need. Yeah. And that's where you come in to being a little selfish. Yeah, some people might don't understand. But at the end of the day, just know it's to better you.
Yeah.
Like whatever I'm doing, it's to better you.
And they, we know this because like, we share a lot of things in common with, like, okay, for instance, just our families, like growing up.
Right.
So, I'll speak on my with my dad, it's like, we it's not like daddy issues. It's just some real shit that's kind of like, but I've learned it's some real shit that happened that that drove a wedge, right? And we didn't. I mean, shit, man. Like we still are working on it.
Yeah,
we're working on it now. I'm 34, but as you get older, you start to respect these things.
I think we'll put this one on the board too. Yeah. I think this will be a conversation we have on it because I really want to get into the father situation too. But I want that to be a like a whole episode within itself, because I think that's important. Like for me to say. And it's also important for our community, and it's important for people to see it both ways.
Yeah. To see
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that'll be a good, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll be a good conversation to have. Like,
it's important for sure.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, should we wrap it up?
Say, bro. Come on, bro.
Say, bro.
We appreciate y'all tuning in. You know how we rocking. You understand? Say that right quick. You understand?
You understand? Killed it, dude.
Say, bruh.
Say, bruh.